I want to get to your calls here before too long. David in Ocala, Florida, is on the line here. How you doing, David?
Good afternoon or good morning.
Yeah, good afternoon to you. Good morning to me.
How you been?
Been well. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. I thought I'd call you about you see in the news how the blacks gonna come down here to Florida to Daytona Beach and just thought
Yeah.
they could run wild.
I did. I saw that on the Jesse Lee Peterson show that they're just going
Oh
crazy.
yeah. Oh yeah. Now they bring guns, man, and these people are from Alabama and they're out of state blacks. Okay,
Right.
They're probably I mean, going to come down here. We got this. They have the sheriff. His name's Chitwood. And he don't put up with that. He pretty much ran him out of town.
Right on. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So Daytona Beach area is where they're going crazy. I got a super chat actually from Big Bump that he sent me sort of related to this last week,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was.
Right.
Before even Chuck Norris died. Okay.
Right.
We got to be on the lookout for the teens takeover.
Yeah, the team. Yeah.
Jacksonville or Daytona? Daytona.
Yeah.
Wow. Watch
But
out.
I mainly thought to call you because I saw this on the news. Okay, about these 5 women in an L.A. restaurant, and after they got done eating, when they brought them the bill, they got into an argument over the bill, and one of them pulled out a knife and started stabbing the chick, and then another one picked up a bottle and broke it and started poking him with it.
Wow. I
Did
saw
you
that
hear about that?
I did. I saw that on the Jesse Lee Peterson show as well. I think that was yesterday that they reported
I'm
that.
like, they're black, man. They can't be white. White people don't do that, man.
Right.
Yeah. And all week in the news, it's been this crazy stuff about blacks, okay?
Right.
I mean, this dude shot and killed somebody at a funeral in Indianapolis. They're out of control, buddy.
Yeah.
This is flat out of control.
Totally.
Right? And watch this. Your ratios that your people call in about and all this, that it's really not that high. The blacks, blah, blah, blah. It's all manipulated and all that.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, if you're at your computer, man, type in this and pull up this picture and look at it. It's called Operation Clean Sweep, okay? It was out of Dallas, Texas. They arrested 60 people for stealing. And look at the picture and see how many white people you see in this picture, dude. It's unbelievable. Out of 60 people, there's 2 white people. They're all black, Spanish. They're brown,
And what is this?
It's called Operation Clean Sweep. It happened the other day in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, I'm probably looking at something else.
They show you a picture of all the suspects.
And it's a 6 weeks.
No, you got to type in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. 6-week joint law enforcement initiative, February 2nd to March 12th, targeting violent robbery fugitives. Wow, nice. Dallas police and U.S. Marshal Service arrested 61 individuals.
The picture. Yeah, over there to the right. Click that.
Okay.
Click that picture of all the people and check out how many white people you see in that.
Okay? Oh, wow. Fox 4.
Yeah.
Racist Fox 4 showing the Hispanics and black dominant, probably black dominant, but significant Hispanic, and then like maybe some whites purportedly, maybe white Hispanics.
There was one white girl with red hair and one white dude in that whole picture. Bud.
That's funny.
That's that's our society right there. Look at them faces, okay? Them are not children of God right there, buddy. That's what that. If you want to know what the children of the devil look like, that's them. Okay, that's them. Okay, they'll cut your throat, steal your car, set you on fire, throw acid in your face.
These are violent robbery suspects, right?
Yeah, right.
Allegedly.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, watch this. So I noticed this girl that was on Saturday Night Live. Her name's Leslie Jones. She's this big black, like man-looking woman.
Yeah, I'm familiar with her.
Yeah, she's on a racial tour, man. She's on the she's on the racist tour for whoever that she's representing, man. She's just going around the country blasting white.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And if she ain't a DEI hire, that woman wouldn't have, I mean, man, who would want to touch that thing, man? That's like a monster, okay?
Yeah.
On TV.
Kinda
I mean,
nasty.
that girl is like, yeah, she's nasty, man. She's mean. And can you believe it? You know, I thought that woman's almost as old as me, dude. I thought she was like 40-something or something. You know what I'm saying? She's like 58 years old.
Yeah.
It's funny how them blacks can look young, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
I saw here. Let me get to this real quick because I got to give Jesse Lee Peterson credit for this. All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna condense this down for you. My parents had a black lady that's a friend. She ended up in the hospital. Had a fight with her son she lives with. Blah blah blah. So my parents get her out of the hospital and bring her to their house. And after about 5 days, man, my dad's about to have he's about to, stress out. And so he's out there by his shop, and I can tell he's stressed out. I said, Pops, what are you worried about? So he told me, I said, well, you're worried about something that ain't even happened yet. I said, if I haven't learned one thing from Jesse Lee Peterson, it's this: don't be worried about something that hasn't happened yet. And I go, by the way, that lady's too independent. She'll be gone in 2 days. Sure enough, the next day she goes, I want to go home.
Wow, nice.
Saying? I know. I was like, dang, man. And, and I don't know whether it's because I'm 60 now that I really got that or from listening to your show. But I was worried about something about 2 months ago, and then I said to myself, dude, what are you worried about that? It hasn't even happened yet, okay? So
right.
And guess what? It didn't happen.
Nice.
I know. It's great.
And you know what? That's so funny because it's like so simple, obvious thing. It's both common sense. It's also found in the Bible. Jesus said, do not worry, do not think about tomorrow, and all kinds of stuff. But it's one of the things that everybody misses. I guess it just sticks with you. That's cool, man. Nice story. Appreciate it.
I know. I mean, it's sort of, now as long as I can continue down this path like that, I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't have a flashback of anxiety and getting all crazy, but, also I was over at my parents' house last night because I've been up there working at their house. And anyhow, I'm watching, they like to watch that show In the Heat of the Night, that like 1990s, it's just ridiculous, stupid show.
Okay.
Terrible acting. Anyway, I look up on the screen and it's got BLK 365 on it. Okay.
Okay.
So evidently they're on the BET channel, and so it's on the In the Heat of the Night's on the BET channel, and they put a little thing over there on the television that says Black 365.
Wow.
Can you believe they can get away with that?
So 365 of the days of the year is blackness.
Right.
That's
entertainment
funny.
television. Right. Now, if you put white 365.
I know. I know. I don't think the black people are just swimming in their blackness. I was thinking about this point.
They're drowning in it. Man.
Yeah. They're drowning in it. That's a good point. You know how your friend and mine, Mark from Los Angeles, calls himself a proud white man, and Ronnie from Ohio calls himself a proud black man. Now, Mark is more openly plain spoken about having a racial mindset, but I don't think that Ronnie is too much different, honestly, in his racial mindset because he's a proud black man. And so I just think of it as the blacks don't realize. And Ronnie thinks of Mark as racist, but I don't think that Ronnie thinks of himself as racist. And you and I don't know if you think that racism is a real thing or a real issue, or it's
sure it is. They're racist.
Right. Yeah.
The blacks are racist.
Right. But it's just diluted by a false identity. You know how you get an identity as an alcoholic, or you get an identity as a Muslim, or you get an identity as a Christian, or an identity as And there's all these people with a Christian identity, supposedly, but you and I question how real Christian they truly are. But since they have that
Right.
identity of it, they are deluded. Same thing with I think the black people.
Mhm.
They're just
Mhm.
deluded in this thing that they're raised up in, and this pride that they have, and pride is false.
Well, if they studied as hard as the Orientals, they wouldn't have a problem now, would they?
Right.
Huh? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, they raise their children like the Orientals do. They might take over Harvard and Yale. Instead of just give them.
I don't know
I
if they
watched
have
it.
that type of talent though, because
No, they
yeah,
don't have that mindset.
many of them can get into Harvard, right? Some of them do get into Harvard and perform well, quote unquote
Uh-huh.
well. Now, I know that they've expanded. I was asking Grok about this. They've expanded the number of things that you can study. Like they're studying like not practical things. They're studying things like
Yeah.
sociology and African
Right.
studies or African American studies.
Right.
So that's not like a real study.
Wasted.
Yeah, it's a waste.
Wasted. Yeah, waste. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
I think that the different races and ethnicities do kind of have some natural talents, both
Sure,
intellectually and physically.
The Italians can cook.
Yeah.
The Irish shouldn't be drinking liquor. I mean,
Right.
it's a proven fact. All
Yep.
right,
Yeah.
and I think that's what I got Irish in me, and that's why I had a temper, man. I've had a temper. I've calmed
Yeah.
down though in the last few years, but man, I've told people, listen, I'll rip your heart out. Anyway, I wanted to say I watched a video of Jesse, and he was talking to he was on. It was like a national thing. I forget what show he was on, but he was telling them, hey, listen, you black people need to quit naming your daughters like Letitia or Shaquisha or whatever like that.
Right. Black names,
I
black
wouldn't
sounding names.
hire them.
Yeah. That's
So
smart.
that's part of the blackness you're talking about, right? Swimming in it.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. And it's affecting even like quote unquote well-raised kids or good kids. It's kind of like the
Mm-hmm.
drugs thing. Like in my day, pot use wasn't as widespread as it is, I'd wager, in the today's high schoolers' day. The pot use is way more widespread among young people than it is around my age or even your age.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that's got this machine. He smokes it out of it, but I don't like it cools it down. Anyway,
Okay.
I don't do. Yeah, when I go over to his house, I don't mess with that.
Nice. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want the smoke in my lungs. That's why I told you I take gummies, and I'm sorry that went on a brief. Speaking of Mark,
That was amusing.
He referred to me as in a certain way, and I talked about that, and I told him, I said, Mark, man, you get through to more people if you didn't call people names and stuff. That's the one thing he shouldn't be calling the show up and just calling people names.
Right.
I mean, but here's one thing that I'll bet, that I think about Mark's theology. Those 5 women that were in that LA restaurant, okay?
Yes.
40 years ago, 40 years ago, they would have been scared to act up like that because they would have been scared Whitey would have jumped in. Now Whitey won't jump into none of this stuff, and that's part of the reasons why these people are out of control.
Yeah.
You get where I'm coming from? They lost that fear of white people, man. They lost that fear of white people because the judges and the whole, the Hollywood, have given them this sense of, that they're invincible.
Right.
So.
What a shame.
Oh, is it showing them? Is that the people that were in the restaurant?
These are some of the people who were arrested. This one guy, I don't know if he's even related, but he was arrested around the same time.
I told you they were black.
Yep.
You didn't even say what color they were.
Yeah, that was downtown
so
LA. Who else would it be who's like getting into a fight over a bill? And these are supposed friends.
No, you can't write this stuff, okay?
Right. It would be too obvious or something.
Right. I mean, so, all right, man. Well, listen, I hope you have a great show. And hey, the Iran thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you should check out this song written by Blue Oyster Cult called Divine Wind, and it was written in like 1980, and it's all about Iran and the Ayatollah.
Oh, wow. Divine
Yeah, it's a
Wind.
cool. Yeah, it's called Divine Wind. It's by Blue Oyster Cult, and it's about Ayatollah. And basically, in the song, they say because Iran thinks America's the devil. Okay,
Yeah.
so in this song, they say, if he really thinks we're the devil, then let's send him to hell, okay? Like, kill him.
Yeah.
And it's really got a neat riff to it and all that. And so if you ever have time to check that out, you should check it out, especially since we're in the Iran conflict. I mean, do you think this is a war?
Yeah. It is a war.
Okay.
Hopefully he's able to wrap it up quickly and or whatever is right going forward. I hope he's able to do that.
Yeah, well, gas going up $1 a gallon in a week here in Florida.
Yeah.
People are, it's almost like I'm wondering if they're like self-destructing up there in Washington to a degree. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to worry about getting reelected.
True.
But the people that are behind him that thinking about running, with this government, this semi-government shutdown with the airports and all that,
Yep.
It's not looking too good. It's not looking too good for him. If you got to go to an airport and stand in line for 5-6 hours or miss your flight.
Yeah,
okay?
I know. That stinks. That's awful. I do appreciate Trump sending ICE over there to try to help the situation because ICE is already somewhat funded. So he's sending paid ICE agents to go and help with these long TSA lines, at least at some of the airports. But that's crazy. And you know what? The TSA the type of people who are TSA employees, they aren't necessarily the best type of people. And they don't necessarily have not only character-wise are they not really great people always, I imagine. Some of them are thieves or whatever. And some of them are like black or black-minded or lazy or trifling. But sometimes they just can't afford to go without pay for very long. And they sign up for a federal government job not thinking about the fact that the government shuts down sometimes. And so they have to go and get a second
but
job.
don't they reimburse them the money once it comes back up online?
Yeah,
Unless
eventually.
they're not working?
Eventually, yeah. But, these people don't really live by faith or live responsibly to where they can afford to do that. Or, I don't know, maybe they would have to go in debt or something. And who knows what's going on in these people's lives. But a lot of them are just not reliable to, like, stay with it. So they quit or
like that.
get a time off.
Like that guy, that baggage handler that decided he was going to just steal that plane, that Alaska airline back in like 2018. They call him the Sky Bandit or something, I think is what they called him. Did you ever see that footage? Yeah, he stole a 4-propellered plane, man. It was a pretty big plane, probably held 75 people, took off, and the towers contacted him, and he goes, I think I got this under control. I played a lot of video games.
Wow.
Okay?
Were people on board or just him?
Roll. Huh?
Were there people on board or was it just him?
No, it was just him, man. He does a barrel roll, okay? Somebody filmed it.
That's funny.
He was in 10 feet of crashing this thing into a lake.
Oh, my gosh.
And then he ended up crashing into the small little island so he wouldn't kill nobody. He basically wanted to commit suicide. You should look that up and listen to it.
Did he survive?
No, of course not. He's dead.
Oh, he died?
Yeah.
So he ended up killing himself and taking down an expensive plane along with him.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the guts that took. I mean, buddy, you got balls of steel to go out there and jump in a plane and fly it out of an airport like that. Okay.
That's crazy.
Yeah. The whole world's gone crazy, dude. That's why, watch. I haven't watched regular news in like over a year or more. I never really watched it anyway, but I just took it right out of my life, okay? And when I go over to my mother, she watches ABC News, okay? And I tell her, I said, now I know I haven't watched this garbage, okay? Because that's all it is, man. It's just total garbage,
Yeah.
And, like the ambulance that ran out in front of the plane and killed the 2 pilots and stuff. I mean, I just don't need to see that junk.
Right.
like that. Anyway, all right, man. Listen, y'all have a great day, and thanks for taking my call, and thanks a lot. Okay, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Take care.
All right, later on. Hey, bye.
Bye. So I looked up on the AI in the incident, apparently, that David just mentioned, the 2018 Horizon Air Bombardier Q400 incident involving 29-year-old ground service agent Richard Russell, often remembered online as Sky King, on August 10th, 2018. Wow, how did I miss this? Richard Russell, that is, stole an empty Bombardier, pardon me if I'm butchering the name, Q400 twin-engine turboprop plane from SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma International Airport. He performed an unauthorized takeoff and flew approximately 75 to 90 minutes over the Puget Sound area. Now, this is in the Pacific Northwest, where a lot of people commit suicide just because it's cloudy all of the time. They don't see the sun. At least that's what they claim. Communication during the flight, he spoke calmly with air traffic controllers, describing himself as a broken guy with a few screws loose. He apologized to his loved ones and stated he did not intend to hurt anyone else. The crash, 2 military F-15 fighter jets scrambled to intercept the plane, but they did not shoot it down. What's his first name again? Russell. I like to use the first name, too, because what's Russell? What, Kurt Russell? Richard Russell. Richard Russell eventually crashed the aircraft intentionally on Ketron Island, a sparsely populated island southwest of Tacoma. Russell was the sole occupant and the only fatality in the crash. FBI later ruled the incident as suicide. And stop telling me to dial 988. Lord. That's funny. That's crazy. That's not funny. That's sort of funny. Anyway, thank you for that call there, sir. You sent me on a little detour.